You know what, Kobe?
What's that, Barry?
You're just a normie. You're just normal, man. I'm the weird one.
Someone will probably get it off of that. Yeah.
What's going on, guys? My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the last movie of Documentary.
Documentary month. Yes.
Oh man, and I gotta say, what a funny way to end it.
Right, and this one is in my opinion I feel like this was a much bigger name than the previous ones, but still super underrated.
I honestly thought, I was like, this is gonna be. I was like, in my mind, the final movie is gonna be Spinal Tap.
So I would have liked that, especially since I heard that they're working on a Spinal Tap too.
Yeah.
But that's not an underrated movie.
Yeah.
Like that was big when it came out, and it's still big.
Yeah, so honestly, I'm really surprised that you picked weird. Oh, wait.
A weird movie to use as the last one.
Well, here we might as well get to our first section because I messed up this week. From the man who brought you classics such as "Eat It," "My Bologna," comes a movie once in a generation that'll sing you songs like a surgeon, and another one rides the bus. Let's see the Harry Potter alumni that I have now coined as D-Rad perform as Weird Al Yankovic in Weird, the Al Yankovic Story. I had to make sure, but I was like, he has to be talking about this. He's not talking about UHF.
Yes, you're right, because when I said it, I just was like, yeah, let's do the Weird Al movie. And you're right, that was misleading because he has another movie.
Oh man, yeah. Oh god, this movie is funny enough. Like it's a parody of a mockumentary of a bio.
Yep. The king of parodied a mockumentary about his own life.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just, oh gosh. I remember I was like, I was trying to watch it in the movies, but I think at the time I was just like, I'll get to it, and then once you do something like that, once you're like, I'll get to it, you just never do. Did you end up watching this?
I remember being excited seeing that this was coming out, and then I just never saw it. Like it just wasn't on whatever streaming platform I had at the time or whatever. But yeah.
And see, that's super surprising for you.
Well, it's not like I cycle through. I'm cheap. Like I can't be like I have all the streaming platforms. I'm like, Netflix is the only one that's like consistent. But then it's like I'll have Hulu for a few months, and then I'll have Disney for a few months, and you're just trying to like knock out all the stuff you wanted to see on that platform, and then you're like, okay, done with this.
Well, no, I'm actually more surprised that you didn't watch this in the theater.
It had a really limited theater release.
Yeah,
because Weird Al's UHF didn't have a great theater release, and he didn't want to,
Chance it.
right, like be disappointed where he knew like if he could put it, if it just went like streaming, it was, a much easier like push to everybody.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a what's it called? The
Especially this kind of came
ROI.
out at, yeah, and this kind of came out in that like, right, was this just like post COVID, like streaming was much bigger than theaters and
Yeah, it was also because like I'm pretty sure it was like after the whole like the Queen biopic.
yes, yeah.
So they're like, well, it's kind of hot right now, so let's because I that's what I do remember. I was like, oh wow, they just did Queen and Weird Al's coming out with his biopic, pretty cool. And you have Harry
It's
Potter
right.
doing it.
Elton John had a biopic that was like shortly after Queen that was also huge.
Yeah,
So
so
yeah,
he's like, this is the time to do it, which is like perfect for him as like a marketing issue, like skill. He's like, we
right.
gotta do it now. And oh my god, this movie is riddled with like cameos from who I presume are like huge Weird Al fans.
Yeah, it's a really interesting. There's like a bunch of real cameos, but then there's also a bunch of like cameos of like they replayed somebody who like Devo
Yeah,
is like in the background, but it's not like really Devo. It's just like you just see the band. It's like
I know, and like so many comedians are in here. Weird Al is in here as well, and it's when I started this right, I was like, I'm so used to like the nitty gritty biopics, like that.
mhm.
I was like, oh, this is like this is gonna be. I was in my head is like, oh, this is gonna be a little bit lighter, but it'll have a little bit of truth into there, right?
Right, yeah.
And this is full pop star, never stop popping. Because okay, so like this movie starts off like first it's sort of like the Daredevil thing. It starts off a little bit at towards the end of the movie, and then it goes backwards, reminiscing his entire life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And we see little Weird Al Yankovic. He is a huge fan of Doctor Dementor,
Yep.
who also does a bunch of like just parodies.
And Dr. Demento's a real guy. He's been around for a long time. I remember in high school being a Dr. Demento fan. I probably still have some like cassettes where I like taped his show off of the radio. It was on like Sunday night at
Yeah.
11 o'clock or something. That was like,
Oh man, that's funny. Who's by the way played by Rainn Wilson from The Office and
yep,
Juno and all that stuff. So which is really cool. But like his dad is not a fan.
right.
His dad is like, listen, you don't change words to songs. That's stupid. And he's like, what you're gonna do is you're gonna work at the factory. And little Al Yankovic is like, all right, but what do you even do at the factory? You just call it the factory. And he's like, I work.
It's what a man does is
Yeah.
he goes to the factory and he works.
And his mom, she's very classic, like stay-at-home mother.
Yeah.
But she's like she's like a little bit of the mediator, right? Because she wants her son to like grow up and like have fun, but then she also has to remember like her husband and his takes on the things that like her son likes, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so one day, Officer Dan from Reno 911, I don't know the actor's name, he comes in and he's like, first of all, this is how you know this was like, really young, like early America, because Al Yankovic just lets this strange door to door salesman come into his house without parental supervision. And like, if this is a scene in today's, you're like, oh yeah, the dad is totally justified for what is going to happen to him.
Right. Right.
But he's
But
like,
yeah, back in the day, it was
yeah,
just like, oh yeah, come on in, sit down. I'll get my parents,
yeah,
I'll get you a glass of water, some lemonade.
yeah. And he's like, "Hey kid, you want to be rich and famous? Well, I got something for you." And he pops up. He pops open a friggin' an accordion,
Yep.
and he's like, "All the ladies will love you."
They'll be lining up around the block.
And so he's like, "All right, come on, little Al Yankovic. Why don't you try this on?" Starts playing it. He's, as anybody would be, terrible.
Right, right.
But he's a good salesman. He's like, "Wow, you're a natural kid." But all of a sudden, dear old Mr. Yankovic comes in, and he beats this man to death. Not to death, but he fucks him up. Like, to the point where like his wife has to like pull him off of him, and she's like, she sees like the accordion, and she looks at him, and obviously he's like, "Well, I don't want you to go to the police, so how about we buy it?"
Right, right. I got my little can of hidden
Savings.
money.
And we'll just call it an early Christmas present, all right? And
But you got to make sure you never practice it where your dad can hear it, and don't tell anybody outside the house that you have it.
yeah. And Officer Dad is just on the floor like, "I think my ribs are broken."
My spleen is bleeding.
And all of a sudden, we fast forward to Weird Al Yankovic in high school.
Yep.
Kind of a nerdy kid, but he still has friends. He's not getting bullied like classic, you know. In what do you think? He was in high school like in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you know, like probably like early 70s into like college into the 80s and all that stuff. And his friends are like, "Hey, we're gonna go to a party, so come with us." He's like, "Oh no, I don't know, man. My dad'll kill me. I can't go to no parties." And he's like, "Your dad doesn't have to know. Just use a hey boy." And I was like, was this like a thing in the 80s or the 70s? Is this like a product I don't know about? And when his mom goes to tuck him in, she's like, "Good night, sweetie." And it's him, but it's made out of hay.
Yeah, but wearing pajamas.
Yeah, wearing pajamas.
And you're thinking like they're gonna tuck the pillows in so it looks like, and no, it's just a hay boy laying on top of his bed.
Yeah.
Parents fools.
It's not even underneath the sheets. Oh gosh. And so they go to this party, and I was like, all right, yeah, this is silly. This is a silly movie because it is a teenage party where during the time it was like, what, if it was the early 70s, it was probably like a lot of...
So we're now 65, so it would have been...
Yeah, the 70s?
75?
Yeah, 75.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, coming out of the Nam-War, they're not playing polka. They're playing some jazz and some, like, you know, free love music. But no,
Right,
this is a full-on polka party. There's people dressed up like little
Some people with
Gertrudes.
little lederhosen.
Yeah, is that what they're called?
Background.
Lederhosen?
Yep.
And he's like, "Oh man, you didn't tell me this is a polka party. My dad's gonna kill me."
Right, I thought it was just gonna be like a high school party, not a polka party.
Yeah.
And like it's always like polka is a drug.
Yeah. And they're like, and his two
I'm
friends
not
are,
supposed to be listening to this.
and his two friends are like, "Look what I found! It's an accordion." I was like, "Is this a thing about? Is this marijuana?"
Right, exactly.
Oh man, but they're like, their friends start playing that little chicken song, because he's like,
Yep.
"Nah, I'm not gonna do it, man." They're like, wow, you're chicken, bro. And he's like, "Fine, give it to me." And he proceeds to play like super beautifully, and everyone,
Well, right, because he's been closet playing it for 10 years.
but unfortunately, the police come and break up the party, and he's still strapped to the accordion, so he gets caught. Brings him home, and man, his dad is super pissed. He's like, "A god darn hey boy." And so him and his dad get into this huge argument, And he's like super excited because all of his friends are like, everybody loved my accordion playing. And he's like, where did you even learn how to play the accordion? He's like, when you're not here in my closet. I was like, is this a gay thing?
Right. I'm so happy that I'm finally out of the closet and people know I can play the accordion.
I was like, what the heck is going on? And he's like, it's in the closet. And he's like, no, Dad, no. And he breaks his accordion.
Slams it on the ground, busts into pieces.
And so he makes a proclamation. He's like, you don't understand, but I'm going to be famous. And everyone's going to be screaming my name. And then I'm going to make you eat your words. I'm going to tell you to suck it when I get an award.
He said, it's great. Let's see if I can think of it. He's like, I'm going to be the biggest. Well, not the best, but the most famous accordion player in a very niche field of music.
And he storms out. And all of a sudden, we skip to him now being played by Daniel Radcliffe. And he's like, yep, moved out, got out of my house as soon as possible, and moved out to the West Coast. And yeah, I live here now, but I got 3 roommates, and I'm just trying to make my dreams come true. He sees like a flyer for like a punk band, and he like tries for it, but they're like, no, sorry, we'll let you know. And he's like, when? And he's like, all right, I'll let you know now. No.
We don't really want an accordion in our punk band.
Yeah. It's weird. And so he gets home, and his like 3 friends are there. His 3 roommates are there in what looks to be about a 1-bedroom apartment.
Right? Yeah.
But hey, when you're a starving artist, and so
they're all super supportive. They're all like, no, that was just this time. You just got to keep going forward. You get this. You're gonna be big.
Yeah. Yeah, like strangely supportive of him. Which is like awesome. It's super like not the norm from when you see biopics, right? But they're like, all right, dude. So like, yeah, man, do a song right now. Like, cause he talks about it. He's like, well, my dad used to get mad at me when I try to make music, and I would change the words of things. And they're like, oh, do it right now. He's, I don't know. I think
you need inspiration, and
yeah.
that part of me is dead.
Yeah, and so. So he goes on to try it, right? Oh, well, no, he's like, well, hey, since you're in the kitchen, can you make sandwiches? We're all hungry. And then
he's like, yeah, I'll cook sandwiches if you turn on the radio so we could just chill.
Yeah, and what's playing? My Sharona.
Yeah.
Right? And then he's like, hey, man, this isn't my bologna. It's yours. Can I use it? Because it's your bologna. And he's like, yeah, sure, man. And then all of us...
You can use my bologna.
That's not how he said it.
It's kind of how he said it.
But yeah, no, like the song is playing do 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 it do 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 do, and then like all of a sudden he starts looking at Steve's baloney, and he's like, that's Steve, that's my baloney.
And the words like never come on.
Yeah.
And it's just like the radio gets stuck. It just keeps playing that like catch
my Sharona.
And his friend's like, it's lazy DJ, his record's skipping, and he's like, no, hold on, let it play.
Yeah, because like Al Yankovic, he starts getting into a mode, and he's like, I think I got it. And he grabs his accordion, and he's like, oh, my hungry man. I forgot the words. But my baloney. And they're like, whoa, where did that come from? He's like, I don't know. And they're like, well, you got to record that, man. And he's like, I don't have a studio. He's like, well, you know what? The bathroom by the bus station has great acoustics. Let's do it in there. And they like kick out all the people using the bathroom, and they start recording in there. And so he takes it. He's like, all right, I'm gonna send it. He like records it. He sends one envelope to one record label.
Right, and it's the like the local station has a goofball like guy who like plays silly songs.
Yeah. And then so like he comes home, he's feeling all good. He's like, I'm on my way to be famous. And he tells his roommates and they're like, you just sent one? And he's like, Al, you can't just expect to be an overnight success. You know, you gotta do more things. You can't just send one tape out. And he's like, oh man, you're right. Damn
And
it.
then they turn on the radio and he's like, it's the show, and he's like, oh my god, we just got this song from Weird Al, and it is so, or at that point he wasn't weird, from
Yeah.
Al Yankovic, it is so good, we're gonna play it again.
He's like,
And they're like,
it's been requested for
yeah.
the whole week. It's like,
See,
how?
it is that easy. I am famous now.
So he's like, oh my god, now you know what the next step is? You gotta go get a record label. And so he takes it to the record label, and it's funny enough played by Weird Al himself.
Right,
And
as the hard ass record exec.
yeah, and oh god, what's his name? He plays MacGruber. I always
Yeah,
forget that actor's name. He was in Last Man on Earth. Pretty big. Like he does like a lot of like supporting roles. And they're like, "Hey man, listen, like it's fine, but you can't just like change words. It's not like really music." And then MacGruber is like, "Can I take this, brother?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And he starts to be like, "You're a no talent hack."
just totally. The most worthless musician.
And it's so funny because like Weird Al looks like he's about to break character. He's like, "Hey, hold on, man. It's not in the script." And so he's like, "Listen, man, you gotta. Have you ever even played in front of an audience?" And he's like, "Well, no." He's like, "Do you even have a follow up song?" He's like, "Oh man." So he goes back to his friends, and they're like, "All right, well, all right, that's all we gotta do, right? We gotta just do it in front of audience."
Right, yeah.
And so they end up at like this biker bar. And like funny enough, the punk band that rejected him, they got kicked off.
Right, Johnny Barf
Yeah.
in his punk band.
Johnny Barf and the Vomits.
And they're getting like pelted with vegetables, and they're playing the kind of music you'd expect there.
Yeah. And so he's like, Al Yankovic is like, I don't know if this is the right crowd for this. And his crew, his like roommates are like, no, dude, try it. And so he does come up with another song, and fitting for this crew, it's about ice cream. And funny enough, like Patton Oswalt is in there, and then like the lady who asked for ice cream later, she's also like in a ton of like supporting roles.
Yep.
But he's kind of like, they're kind of interested. Like it's like he rolled like a D11 on a persuasion or performance check. And so they're like, I don't know. They're not pelting him with vegetables, but his like roommates are like, "Oh, dude, he's dying up there. We gotta help him." And
then they come out and pick up guitars and start playing drums and stuff.
drums, guitar, bass, and yeah, they're doing it. The I love Rock Road. Get you another 3 scoops, baby. And like the crowd is getting into it. And Al is like, I didn't even know you guys knew how to play instruments. Yeah, they're like, you never asked.
Right.
But-
we didn't think that was an important thing to talk about.
Oh, but the most important thing is Dr. Dementor is there.
Yep, he's in the back, just kind of sitting at a table, having a drink.
In his like Dr. Dementor outfit.
Yeah, it's like a t-shirt, but tux jacket and pants and a top hat.
So he comes up to Al after. He's like, "Hey man, listen. I think you're amazing. I think we got something here." And he's like, "I don't know, man. Like, I took my thing to some execs and they're like, weren't interested." He's like, No. You don't get it. You're amazing. They're tight asses over there. But
They don't get you. Yeah, like
they don't get-
you're the next generation. They're old school.
yeah. So like here, how about you come to my party tomorrow, and then we can network you to like all these other people. So
Yep.
he ends up going. He goes with his band, and at first like Dr. Dementor's like, you brought your band, which I was like, well yeah, like of course I gotta
Right.
bring my support system, and like again like this is like I wouldn't say this is like the Diddy party of the 70s or the 80s, but
It basically is. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you're surrounded by a lot of 80s heavy hitters. You got Pee Wee Herman, you got freaking what's his face, the other guy that he was with, Tiny Tim.
Tiny Tim, Frank Zappa's there. That's where Devo's at.
You also got the bassist from
Elvira's there. Yeah, the bassist for Queen.
freaking the what's it called, the person from Pink Flamingos that
Right. Fantasia or something her name is.
yeah, that
Their
weird
name.
ass movie. And like he's like
Salvador Dali's there.
he's like shopping him around to everybody, but all of a sudden, I don't know who this character is. The character Jack Black plays.
Wolfman Jack. He was a competing DJ.
Oh,
So he would have been the late night DJ that was like, "Hey boys and girls, let's get Wolfman Jack here." Oh!
I feel like
He's
you're a
like
Wolfman
late
Jack fan too.
He was a big name late night. He was like one of those. He was like one of the first people who got like syndicated cross country
Oh,
as a radio. He wasn't like like Howard Stern is like everywhere.
yeah.
But he was like one of the first ones that was like that wasn't news. That was just like a DJ. That wasn't like a local DJ. He was like a national
him
DJ.
and Delilah.
Oh, right, exactly.
Yeah. Which fun. She's still alive, and I'm pretty sure it's AI now. I don't think that's her anymore. But yeah, Wolfman Jack is like, he's in my head. It sounded like Jack Black's impression of Ultimate Warrior.
That's pretty good representation of it. Yep.
But he's like, yeah, you're not gonna be the next big thing. Yeah, let's see you do another song right now. And whereas like, I don't like have my, like I it takes time, man. It's I knew it. What a hack. And
that's when the
bassist
from Queen's like, yeah, do another one bites the dust.
like Wolfman Jack was like, yeah, see, I told you the kid doesn't got it in him. And weird, Al Yankovic, he might be timid, but he has a little bit of his dad's fire in him.
Right.
He has a bit of a temper. And so he's like, he starts singing, another one rides the bus, and another one goes, and another one goes, another one rides a bus.
Hey, he's gonna sit by you. Another one rides the bus.
Oh man!
And his band doesn't have instruments, but they're trying. One's doing like little hand farts in the background. And one's got like a train whistle.
Oh no, that was Dr. Dementor who had the train whistle, and his drummer is like drumming on the accordion, like
right, on the accordion box. Yeah.
And so Wolfman Jack is like, he drops the act. He's like, I'm so sorry. That was amazing.
Most beautiful thing I ever heard in my whole life.
And then the bassist for Queens, which I feel like if you're a huge Queen fan listening to this, I know you're screaming his name right now. I just don't want to check it. I'm sorry. Freddie Mercury is who.
And that was a little bit of the joke because everybody knows Freddie Mercury, and it's like Freddie Mercury and then Queen band.
I should know who the guitarist is because he's like top 5 guitarist.
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's like, hey, we're gonna do Live Aid.
We're doing this like little thing. If you just want to come down and like jam with us a little, it's called Live Aid, which is like the
One of the
in the '80s, biggest concert of international proportions.
I gotta say, I still think that thing still does like it's still like top like concerts ever in history, right?
Right,
And
yeah.
Weird Al was like, oh my god, no,
Yeah. Hard
yeah,
no.
and yeah, and so like after this whole situation, Al Yankovic, like Dr. Dementer is like, hey, listen, man, you can't just be Al Yankovic. It's kind of like hard to say,
Right, that's way too long. No one's gonna remember that.
and he's like, how about this? Weird Al Yankovic.
He's like,
Which,
oh, that rings. That rings a bell. Yes,
I mean, honestly,
it does. It
it,
brings it
yeah,
together.
it really does. Because Al Yankovic is like, that guy sounds like he does my taxes. But Weird Al Yankovic, you're like, oh, hold on. That guy's funny.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he starts getting bigger. He's like what's it called? Like Dr. Dementer talks to the execs, so they pick him up on his referral, and he's churning out hits left and right. He's like, my baloney, freaking another one rides the bus. What did he come out during this time? I'm trying to think. I'm just remembering the part that comes after this, but
Oh, right. Yeah, me too.
he's picking it up. He's like getting more steam, and a lot of people start to notice it because on the news they're like, well, everyone's kind of been upset about the whole parody situation, but there's been an upside to it. A lot of people that he's parodied have been feeling the Yankovic wave.
the bump.
Oh, the Yankovic bump.
Yep.
Because after Weird Al does your parody of your song, they've seen a huge amount of increase in album sales.
That is actually a fact. Like,
Yeah.
Weird Al was talking about that. He said that after he did the Nirvana teens.
Oh, Smells Like Nirvana?
Yeah. That the manager was like, hey, once your song came out, we had to press like an additional 1 million copies of the CD.
But one of the people that's seen that is another. I mean, she was the pop princess of the time.
Yep.
Madonna. And so she is on the hunt for Weird Al. During this time, though, Weird Al, he talks to Dr. Dementor, and he's like kind of feeling like this slump of like, everyone just knows me as like this parody writer, but like I kind of want to make my own music, but I don't think it's a good idea. And Dr. Dementor is like, you never just had to do parodies. You could do your own.
Right.
And like he comes a little bit closer. Dr. Dementor, for some reason, is in one of
bathtub, taking a bubble bath.
Even though there's
in my house I've got 3 other bathrooms
jacuzzis.
you could be in. He's like, no, that's fine. This one's most comfortable. I'll just be here in this bathtub next to your bed.
And he's like, here, man, drink this, calm down, you'll be fine. Unfortunately, it is an LSD laced drink. And Weird Al's like, oh no, what did you do? That's not cool, man. And Dr. Dementor
is like, you gotta die to be reborn.
And again, like pretty high budget because we're in this scene of like an egg floating or like levitating above like this open pool of water, and out comes Weird Al Yankovic, and he's playing one of the sickest guitar riffs in music history. And this is where definitely the movie took a piss. Because because Beat It came out 1983.
I thought this was such a clever twist in this movie though.
But so Michael Jackson's Beat It came out in 83. Eat It came out in 1984. And he comes into his exec's office, so he's like, yeah, play that shit. Boo doo 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 doo. And they're like, what song is this? He's like, it's an original.
One of a kind that I wrote, the music and the lyrics all by myself, completely originally to this.
They're like, whoa.
And then they're like, let me get this straight. This is original. You wrote this. This is all yours. It's like, yes, it's original. I wrote it.
I'm
Music,
amazing.
lyrics, whole thing. I'm amazing. Sign me right now.
Well, he's already signed.
Right.
So he's like, push this out now.
Yeah.
And so like they're like, all right, we'll get to it or something. But one morning he wakes up and someone's knocking at his door, and it's Madonna.
Yep.
And
And she has now gotten the idea that if she can just convince him with her wily ways to parody all of her songs, then every time he parodies, she's gonna get the Yankovic bump, and she's gonna be huge because of him.
I mean, she was already
Huger.
huge, yeah, but she was
Huger.
huger.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we're not taking this one seriously, so we're not going to use real words. Hugest. But they end up having sex. So I was like, I gotta look this up. Did they ever date? They're like, no.
They did not. They did not ever did.
But
they
like,
were friends.
yeah.
And he did parody her some of her songs.
But like Al is like, or Weird Al is like, hey, I'm sorry. I feel like such an asshole. I said I would parody your next song, but I'm not trying to do that right now.
Yeah.
And so she's like, oh, I'm going to play the long game then.
Yeah.
And so they're like, he has a meeting with Dr. Dementor, and Madonna is there licking his ear. And now, like, Weird Al has become a huge asshole.
Yes. Yeah.
Kind of biting the hand that fed him, because, like, you know, Dr. Dementor, funny enough, he's like saying all these events that like it's worth a lot of money, and one of them is Pablo Escobar, which we saw in a short like montage of his like climb to success, being a huge fan of Weird Al. And yeah, he kind of just brushes him off, like he, you know, and Dr. Dementor's like, all right, man, fine, whatever. You know?
Right, yeah. And he's now in a huge house, and it's this whole like, yeah, I'm the famous one. Why do these people bothering me? You know, I'll do what I want to do. Stop asking, stop begging.
And so like him and Madonna end up going to a dinner, and he's like,
yeah, and then a lot of it is her. She's like now whispering in his ear. Yeah, only take the cream off the top. You know, you're better than
this. And then he's like, oh my God, you're the only one that knows me. I'm so in love with you, and I know it's so fast because it's only been 6 hours.
And they kind of play it, and it feels like it's like months. But yeah, 6 hours.
It's only been 6 hours. And so like, but he gets a call. He goes there, and he's super pissed because his rec exec is like, hey man, just to let you know, Michael Jackson has now parodied Eat It. And he's like, what do you mean? And he's like slamming the phone on the desk. And he's like, what kind of sick, twisted fuck just takes my song and just changes a couple words and then makes it his song? And he's like, well, what is it called?
That's exactly what he's doing. So yeah,
he's like, it's called Beat It. He's like, oh my God, he's talking about eggs. He's like, no. I think it's about like a fight or not fighting. I don't know.
And he's like, if this song gets big, everybody, because I've been known as like the parody guy, everybody's gonna think that I ripped off his song.
Yeah. And he's the one that ripped off my song. Oh man, so he gets back to the table, he's talking to Madonna, and she's like, you should drink. Drinking helps all the problems go away.
Right. And he's like, I've never drank before. He's oh yeah, no, this is what you need. This'll
Well, she's like, yeah, it's like
make everything better.
Yeah, because she was like, yeah, it's like sex, you know. But I'm like, you know, it's like I'm like a virgin, but like I've had a lot of sex, so. So he shows up to rehearsals super fucked up, not great. And this is where like I was like, oh, this is probably like the one that might have been real. But he yells at his band. He yells at the roommates that have supported him in his career these last 6 months. I don't know what the time frame of this movie is. And he's like, yeah, you're a bunch of fucking normals, man. You don't get it. I'm the weird one. And so they're like, and like, you know, like his one roommate, which I feel like is like acts like his older brother.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, all right, man, whatever, man. Just dude, just clean yourself up, you know, before getting on there. If you don't need us, fine, but get better. Clean up, man. He's like, fuck you, man. And then Dr. Dementor comes out. He's like, where the fuck is the band going? And he's like, I don't fucking have time for this, man. I gotta go. I gotta go clear my head. And he's like, I gotta go drive my car. And then Madonna tries to stop him. She's like, baby, you can't drive drunk without your keys.
Right.
It's like a Mad TV skit. And he's like driving, he's like smoking a joint, and he's like turning on the radio, and of course, all the radio stations are playing all of his songs.
Yeah, he can't get away from himself.
But then he gets into, well, okay, so sorry. Yeah, he gets into an accident. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So he's in the ER. His doctor is Lin-Manuel, the guy who made Hamilton. And he's like, oh my god, I guess it's time to pronounce him dead. But then all of a sudden he pops up. He's like, pen and paper. And at this,
give me a pad and something to write with. A number 2 pencil.
And I'm presuming, yeah, this is all in the same day where he's supposed to perform, because all of a sudden he has a routine ready and he's parodying Madonna's Like a Virgin, which he has now coined it like a surgeon.
Yep.
Boom, cutting for the very first time. But he's like super deprived of blood. He's like stumbling all over the crowd.
I probably should have stayed and got that blood transfusion like the doctor said.
She's like, no, baby, no. Just, you're fine.
It's just this and a couple more songs, and then you can relax.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh, wait, hold on. The song's done. Okay, here, just drink this, and you'll be fine. And
it's more whiskey,
yeah,
because that's what you want when you're low on blood, is to replace it with alcohol.
And I gotta say, Radcliffe has been, he's been making sure he's staying buff.
The dude is fit.
Because I'm pretty sure he's like, if someone wants to fucking call me the boy who lived, I'm gonna fuck him up.
Just in case Ryan Reynolds calls and wants me to be some version of Wolverine.
Oh, Wolverine, yeah. And so, yeah, he completely fucking bombs the last stage, which was supposed to be the reveal, or like, you know, the live performance of his original song, now turned parody, Eat It.
Yep.
He starts berating the crowd, and then fucking just, yeah, it's a terrible situation, right?
Right. And like a lot of the rock stars who get too big and then get on drugs, and then they go out and they have a fight with their band or something on stage, and it's totally, yeah.
And so the next morning he's like, everyone's leaving me, my band's left me, I fucked it up with Dr. Dementor. Madonna, you're the only one that's still here. And she's like having her own conversation. She's like, oh my god, my album sales are amazing now. Oh geez, like this is gonna be great. You know, we're gonna be a fucking power couple, babe. You know, I'm gonna make like the good songs, like the ones that are like gonna be remembered for like ever, and then you're gonna write all the parodies of my songs, which will be remembered for like 10, 20 years. Basically,
right.
What he's saying.
But they'll just make my songs even bigger.
Yeah. And he's like, all right, yeah, I'll do whatever you want. Which is like also another classic, like, well, you know, when a star falls, they kind of cling on to like the only hopes, right? And all of a sudden she gets kidnapped, and he's like trying to get to her, and then all of a sudden he turns into an assassin, John Wick style.
Right, yeah.
He's like fucking up all these people, and then when he gets outside, the guy's like, Pablo Escobar sends his regards. And then, like, yeah, so he makes his way to wherever Pablo Escobar is from. Again, like Ramboing it up.
Right, yeah, full Rambo, taking out all the guards out in the forest.
Yeah. And when he finally gets to Pablo Escobar, he's like, "Oh, you're here! Oh, that's amazing, man!" And he's like, "Yeah, we got your girl, but like, I just really wanted you to perform for me, man." Like, while he's trying to talk, though, his like one of his like artists is like won't stop playing, so he shoots him in the face. He's like, "This is gonna be great, dude. Like, I'm such a huge fan, so I'm so excited." And like, Al is like, "No," and he's like, "All right, well, I guess you're gonna have to die then." And they have like this huge gunfight. He doesn't take out Pablo, and he's like, "Geez, all right, man, just leave." He's
Right,
like,
you just had to ask. It's not like I was keeping you here.
"Yeah," and he's like, "Really?" And he's like, "No." Shoots him in the chest, and then Madonna. He's like talking to Madonna, but then Weird Al stands up. He's like, "How are you still alive?" He's like, "You don't know this, but I never go anywhere without my plats."
Yep, and so he's got a chain with a platinum record for every album that went platinum.
And then he rips one of them off, and then ninja stars him in the forehead.
Yep.
Oh man, he gets Madonna. He's like, "All right, let's go. Like, we got to get out of here." And she's like, "Wait, hold on. Why just rule the music world when I could rule the whole world?"
Yeah. Right. Pablo's gone. We could take over his drug empire and just rule everything.
He's like, "I can't do that. My parents will be so disappointed." She's like, "You don't even have a good relationship with your parents. Why does it matter?" And he dips. He's like, "No, I can't do this."
Right. Yep.
And like how every star needs to do is like, he's like, "I gotta go back to my roots," and somehow gets a job at his dad's factory. And the guy is like explaining the job. He's like, "All right, man, when this light turns this color, you're gonna pull the lever, and then if it turns this color, you're gonna press the button, and that's your whole job." And the guy and Weird Al's like, "Hey, what do we make?" He's like, "Funny, man."
Your dad said you was a comic.
And so he tries to do the job, but then he presses a button he shouldn't have, and ends up meat grinding somebody for like his legs. And his dad pops up, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" He's like, "What are you talking about? I'm doing what you always wanted me to do." He's like, "You don't belong here." He's like, "Oh my god, I'm just trying to make you proud, Dad." He's like, "Come here." Like they go home. He's like, they kind of make up there. I forgot I forgot the exact conversation, but they get back home. They're like laughing. They're like, "Oh, that's hilarious." His mom comes home. She's gotten a little bit more rotund. And they had like this beautiful like reconciliation, but his mom was like, "You have to explain to him why you hate music so much." And then this is where we learn his dad is Amish.
Yep.
And he also he left during Rumspringa, came back with an accordion, got exiled. This is where Weird Al was like, "Oh my god, you play the accordion? I never knew that." And he's like, "Yeah, that's why I'm telling you right now." Of course you never
I just told you.
And then all of a sudden a paper slips out of his like book, and he's like, "Dad, what is this?" He's like, "Oh, that's nothing. I wrote that such a long time ago." He's like, "Amish Paradise." And he's like, "Dad, this would be so big." He's like, I don't know, man. And then all of a sudden it cuts to a concert of him singing Amish Paradise.
Right. Yep.
And the dad is like, "I should have kept the publishing rights." And it's a performance during an award show. A lot of stars are in there. I believe Tiffany's there, and all that stuff. But also Coolio, who's super pissed.
No, it's Coolio is plotting because you could tell Coolio's like, "I like this song. I'm going to steal it and make it mine."
And he's finally able to make up with Dr. Dementor. He's like, hey man, I'm so sorry about how things went down, this and that. He's already made up with his friends. He's like, we're so glad you're back, dude, because the guy that you were was not the guy that I knew.
Yo,
And he wins an award for was it best accordion parody songwriter or something like that.
in a niche division.
And it's presented by like Diana Ross and Hulk Hogan.
Yep.
And so he gets up on stage and he's like, wow, I guess I got so many people to thank. Or he's like, no, first he's like, hey dad, suck it, I told you I'd get famous. And it, like, him and his dad finally like kind of reconciled. Oh man. And he's like, like, oh sorry, like before like he got up on stage to get the award, he runs into Dr. Dementor. Dr. Dementor is like, I know I'm not your father, but like I always feel like I was a father figure, so I want to adopt you. And he's like, oh hey man, sorry, me and my dad actually made up, so we're like really good right now. And he's like, oh yeah, sorry, this just slipped out of my pocket, whatever.
He's got the paperwork. It's already all filled out.
Yeah.
You just need to sign the bottom.
Oh man. And so yeah, when he's accepting his award, he's like, yeah, I have so many people to thank, which I will do in private. Dr. Dementor's so pissed. He's like, oh come on man, you could have just said my name. At least my name and your roommates or your bandmates. Jeez.
Right.
Oh man. And the movie, does it end there? I forgot.
Well, no, because then the guy with the M16
Oh,
M60 stands up and
it's
assassinates.
On Madonna's orders. Oh, and the movie ends there, right? All right. Oh, is there a post?
There's not really a post-credit scene, but there is a song depicting everything that happened and kind of telling you what was true and what was false.
Oh, okay.
In the song as like the credits roll.
Yeah.
And then like the song kind of like ends and it's like, this is still more credits, so I gotta think of more music. And it just kind of like, he's like pushing it to try to make it last.
Oh man. So yeah, before we get into our thoughts about this movie, let's go to our other section where Colby reads the high star and I'll read the low star.
There's only 10 out of 10s. Like I don't see anything other than that. 10 out of 10. I swear to God, this is the movie of the year. I just finished watching, and I'm actually blown away. Having it written as a parody is just absolute genius. This is hands down the best biopic I've ever seen. Not only is it my favorite film of the year, it might now be one of my top films of all time. And the ending is definitely one of my favorite endings of all time as well. I literally laughed through the entire credits. Even though the film was a parody in a way, the actors did a fantastic job. Daniel killed it and deserves an award. I thought Evan Rachel Wood was amazing as Madonna. Green Wilson was hilarious as Dr. Demento. Love you and thank you, Weird Al. Keep being weird for everyone.
Oh man, I gotta say, there are a couple of ones.
Terrible people.
1 out of 10. Nope. Definitely not funny enough to keep you interested long enough to keep you entertained. Weird is weird for sure, but most importantly, it is not the Al Yankovic story, but a parody of a parody, sort of. So what begins...
hold on. You froze. Hold on. You kind of froze up for a second.
Oh. All right. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back now.
So what begins like every other biopic, an understanding mother not bold enough to stand up against an abusive father bullying his dream-driven son, does not make any sense. Seen, heard, felt, loathed, and far from the real Weird. Daniel Radcliffe was supposedly chosen by Weird Al Yankovic for his voice rather than his build, but was dubbed by said Al. So what was the point exactly? In a nutty shell, not interested. I mean, I get it. Like, I like I said, like when I got into this movie, I thought I was gonna watch a biopic. It didn't really feel like it was marketed as a parody movie. But like it didn't really bother me. I was like, it's fucking Weird Al, I'm not gonna expect like straight up stuff,
Right, exactly. It did a great job with, like, if you are a Weird Al fan and you like familiar with all his music and a lot of the stuff he's done, like there's so many like Easter eggs and like things to laugh at
Yeah.
in the movie. Yeah, and then they kind of like just it ends as like, yeah, in 1985, Weird Al was assassinated at the Golden Globes or whatever.
Fictitious award ceremony that he got presented at.
And the
So
world is still like reeling over his death.
yeah, I think if it got like maybe the confusion was like that where like people were expecting like a serious biopic, wanted to see like a glimpse into like his life and like what really happened. And sometimes honestly like Weird Al has been able to kind of not really get sucked into the Hollywood situations.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because they're like, he's never had a problem with any drugs or alcohol. He stays real clean. He was high school valedictorian. He was the captain of his high school football team.
Well, he was the captain of the high school football team.
Yeah, super clean kid. Went to college. They when they talked about recording the song in the bathroom.
Yeah.
He actually was the college DJ for the college radio station, and he recorded that in the bathroom at the college radio station because he liked the acoustics of it.
Yeah. So like, maybe that's what they're expecting. But like, yeah, sometimes like reality isn't stranger than fiction.
Right, and in all the like biopics, that they're the really dirty secrets. They're like, let's not put that in there. We don't want him to look too bad.
Yeah.
And then like the blow ups with the bands and the drugs and stuff. They probably are like, let's make that look really bad. So it makes it like super dramatized. And so it's kind of what he did here. Everything was slightly based on truth, but then exaggerated. Nobody knows who killed Pablo Escobar, so it could have been Weird Al. Like, there's no proof that he didn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I feel like if it got marketed as sort of just like a parody of his biopic, maybe people would have been like more receptive on the first end and not be so disappointed by like not seeing, oh yeah, Weird Al was like doing all this bad stuff, he wasn't, I mean, and the guy.
I also went in thinking it was going to be a biopic, but then was like pleasantly surprised that it was a parody. Like to me, that was like it. It was like, oh, it's an extra layer of the onion of funniness.
Yeah. So, but I think if you're like a huge fan of Weird Al, like you kind of should expect something like this, where it was like it's gonna be semi-truthful,
right?
But like, yeah,
and then the guy was like, oh, they got Daniel Radcliffe for his voice, but then Weird Al dubbed over him in the big concerts, all that, like the small parts, like in the apartments and the little small venues where they were singing. That was Radcliffe.
That was Radcliffe.
Yeah, it was just like when he was like singing Amish Paradise.
Oh.
And then Daniel Radcliffe actually learned how to
play the accordion.
He took a couple lessons. Apparently, he took a couple lessons because he was like, I just want to make sure that
it looks
look
real,
good enough. Yeah. To be real. And then he ended up taking more lessons from Weird Al.
Oh, that's awesome.
To actually be able to play. He's like, I certainly can't play,
Weird Al.
But
I can look like I
can play enough that
I could look. I could be. It's good enough to fool the average accordion player.
Yeah, yeah.
That's actually pretty awesome, man. I gotta say, like, yeah, being an actor, that definitely probably takes a lot.
And for the Rainn Wilson part,
Yeah.
Patton Oswalt was actually originally going to play that part, but he broke his foot
Oh.
before shooting, and they were like,
Well, we need
and
you to
Rainn
walk.
Wilson kind of stepped in and was like, "Oh, I think he probably ended up doing that part better than
Patton Oswalt.
I like Patton. I like Patton Oswalt a lot, but Rainn Wilson kind of looked the part.
Yeah. Oh man, so it's a great movie, man. But we're coming
Yeah,
to
it
our
was
hour.
a ton of fun.
We're coming into our hour, so I want to go ahead and thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check all of our other months down below where we have things that range from ninja movies to dance movies to ninja dancing movies. We got a lot of
I'm
strange
surprised
stuff
we haven't
there.
done a Daniel Radcliffe month yet. It's coming.
No, I think we did.
Another one is coming. Oh,
Well,
I think we
maybe.
keep talking about doing
Yeah.
it, and we haven't.
Oh, well, no, I think we have like a lot of his filmography on here. We did like Horns, we did Swiss Army Man. So
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
we don't I don't think we have a month, but we have him slotted in there.
We do.
So make sure to check those out. But if this is the first time you guys are joining us, we do our reviews in 4 different sections. We have streaming DVD, a Blu-ray, and the Ultimate Box Collection. Kobe, where you at?
How do you give this to me in an accordion case with the Ultimate Box Collection?
Oh, it's the Ultimate.
It should come.
Yeah,
It should come with all the like Weird Al CDs.
yeah, the music albums.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, if this was great, I would definitely at least Blu-ray this. This was
Yeah.
because there's got to be fun stuff on the Blu-ray.
Yeah, like
I can't imagine.
just like old recordings of him. Like I saw like a couple clips of like when he first performed "I Love Rocky Road," and he did have like he had a friend doing like a little using like a box as like a drum with the horns, or no, the what's it called? Another one rides the bus.
Yeah,
So he did like so that would be really cool to just have like a lot of home movies.
and I know that the drummer Bob Bermuda Schwartz
Yeah.
is like the same person he's been. At least that person from the band has been like with him for
Oh, forever.
forever.
That's
like
awesome.
30 plus years.
So you got to know they're good friends.
Because I saw him in high school
Oh.
play, and so it's the same. That I remember the name is Bob Bermuda Schwartz. So like I remember that, and so like I seen him more recently, and it's same person.
Oh,
So
that's
at
awesome.
least one member of the band is.
It's still there.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Make sure to check all of our links down below where we have our social medias.
Yeah, we got our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, X, TikTok, YouTube. We're on it all. Like
Yeah.
us and share us and send us some love.
Exactly. My name is Barry.
This is Colby.
And this is Who Watches This. If you guys want to check out does the theme music, it is Lee Rosevere. It's called Arcade Montage. It's on our album Music for Podcast 3, and the Bandcamp is down below.
Thank you.